Hey New Worlders, it's Manny. The beta just ended, and I wanted to get some information out there for you on how to join and then change your faction. Now, there's no level requirements to choosing a faction, but you'll probably be around level 8 or 9 when you get a quest called Choose Your Allegiance, which is when you get to actually choose your faction. I do want you to remember that this is all taken from the beta, so it could change before release. Before we start, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell so you know when there's new videos. And if you're looking for someone to game with, you can find me and other players in the Militia Discord server. The link is in the description below. All right, so I don't really want to cover all the starting quests simply because there's a lot of them, and they're just introductory quests. No matter which one of the 3 starting zones you go, whether it's First Light, Windward, or Monarch's Bluff, it doesn't matter. I'm going to take the point of once you get to the settlement. After the first set of quests you get from at the beach, they're going to send you to the settlement. That's where I'm going to start taking over as far as which quests you have to complete in order to choose a faction. The last quest you receive at the beach is called Storms on the Horizon. This actually takes you to the local settlement, and you have to talk to the leader of the town hall. It's going to be 3 different people depending on where you are. If you're at First Light, it's going to be Sylvia. So you're going to go there, you're going to talk to her, and she's going to give you the next quest.
It's always a treat.
The next quest you get is Inform the Magistrate, and every town has a magistrate, and it's usually in the center of the town somewhere. You're going to run off and talk to them. The Magistrate's going to offer you 2 quests. One is called Settling In. This is where you go check in at the inn. The other one is The Old Man Who Cried Corruption. Don't have to do that one right now. You don't even have to accept it if you don't want to, but you might as well if you're there. It's one of the mainline story quests, but not required for factions. All these quests we're really working on right now are just tutorial quests, teach you in-game mechanics and stuff like that. Once you check in at the inn, you're going to head back over to the Magistrate and complete that quest and grab the next one, which is Trader's Market. This just is going to introduce you to the trading post and the storage shed. You just have to go over there and open up the trading post and then open up your storage shed, and that is it. And once complete, you head back over to the Magistrate to turn that in, and then you get another quest to turn in, which involves going back to the town hall, and in my case talking to Sylvia, who is the leader in the town hall right now. And once you turn in this quest, you will get another quest called Slow and Steady. This one is actually once again more tutorial based stuff. It's basically teaching you gathering skills for stone, rawhide, and greenwood. And once you gather the 40 stone, the 16 rawhide, and the 40 wood, you will auto-complete that, and it'll tell you to go to the next quest, which is still slow and steady, but it is to actually refine all those things. So you're going to have to run over to your workshop, do your timber, your stone cutting table for the stone block, and the coarse, the tannery to do the coarse leather. And once all that's refined, you're going to head back to the town hall again to talk to, in my case, Sylvia. And she'll give you another quest, which is called Finely Crafted. This will take you over to a weaponsmith. He'll give you the next set of quests. And when you complete this quest, he'll give you the next quest, and you actually have a heavy iron satchel. So you get the next quest is just forging ahead. So you open up the satchel, and you want to craft iron ingots from the iron ore that is in there. And once you craft the ingots, you'll automatically go to the next part of that quest, which is still forging ahead, and craft an iron longsword. And once crafted, you'll go back to the artificer for the town and turn in the quest. He'll then give you the next quest, which is called Man About Town. This is where you go and talk to the local survivalist, who gives you the next set of quests. Once you meet with the survivalist, he'll give you the next set of quests, the next quest, which is called What It Takes. This involves setting up your camp, which is basically just using the Y key, and then traveling to a location, killing some wolves. So once you finish up those set of requirements, it will give you another requirement to go to another location, which is basically some more wolves to kill. And once we go to that location and kill a few more wolves, they'll tell us to come back to the survivalist to turn it in. He will send you off on your next quest. And that next quest, called Rumors and Reactions, involves going back and talking to the Magistrate. We turn it in with them, and then they will hand you a new quest. So this next quest is called New Alliances. This is where you actually go and speak to the 3 different faction leaders in the town you're in. So you go over there, talk to them. And once you've talked to all the faction leaders, they'll tell you to consult with the Magistrate, and you basically go and turn the quest in. And the Magistrate will give you one final quest, which is Choose Your Allegiance. This is where you actually get to choose your faction now. So you have to run over to the faction leader you want. But I believe you can go to any one of them because they give you the option of choosing a different faction. But I would just head to the faction that you want to join, talk to them, and then you can choose the faction. In this case, I'm actually choosing the Syndicate. There is no benefit as far as gear goes or anything like that, or abilities or weapons or anything like that. All the factions are equal. The only difference is the factions are what controls territories. And it basically goes over, if you read all this stuff, it goes over what factions are good for. And once you read through all that stuff, you will get to the screen where you actually get to choose your faction. And I believe you can actually choose any faction you want, even though I'm at the Syndicate later. And now that we're in a faction now, we can actually join a company, create or join a company. So if you want to create a company, you can do that now and invite all your friends and have a lot of fun, or you can join an already existing company. All right, now on to changing factions. So you can change a faction once every 120 days, but in the beta, you were allowed to change right away once. So I don't know if that's going to be true in live. So if you pick a faction, you're like, oh, I screwed up, I don't want to be in this one. My buddies are all in another one. I wonder if you can do that right away, but it's once every 120 days. So you can also not change to the faction that holds a majority of territories. So in other words, you can only change to the two factions that have the least number of territories. So I'm not 100% sure how it works if there's like a tie in the number of territories. I assume you're allowed to switch to either in that case, but let me know in the comments below if you know for sure about that. Like if the Syndicate and Covenant own 5 territories each, can you switch to either one? I assume you can, but if the Syndicate has 6, you're in the Covenant, and the Marauders have 4, you can't switch to the Syndicate. You can only go to the Marauders. So that's an example of that. You will lose all your faction tokens and your rank. So go spend your faction tokens. You can still wear faction armor even if you're in another faction. So spend those tokens. Don't just throw them away. I only have 275 here. I was just messing around, but yeah, make sure you spend them. And you cannot be in a company when you do this, as you can see here. So make sure you have to leave your company. And if you're the last person in the company, you still have to leave it. It won't just transfer. It should just transfer. To me, honestly, if you're the last person in the company and you switch factions, your company becomes a new faction. That's how I think it should be, but that's not how it works. So you leave your company, then you can switch your faction, then you can recreate your company. Well, you can't create it with the same name. It doesn't release the name because this happened during beta, and I found the name was reserved. So what I did was, I was the last one in the company. I left it. I then switched factions. I then tried to create my company name, same name, but it was already reserved. So I don't know any way of deleting your company if you wanted to save the name because you really like the name. There was no way for me to do that. So if you know how to delete a company, let me know. If it's something, maybe hopefully it's something they add, because there's no way to actually delete the company. So like if you're the last member of the company, you should be allowed to delete it. If there's people in the company, maybe you shouldn't delete it. I don't know. And just as a heads up, there is a UI bug where you can see my rank is still Adept, and I have 275 faction tokens. Well, Adept is a Syndicate rank, not a Covenant rank, and I will have 0 tokens when you go back. It takes a minute to reset. You have to go, once you go talk to the faction leader and stuff like that, you'll see that it is back to normal. So that's all I have for factions, and as always, I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button below. If you'd like to see more New World content like this, then please smash the subscribe button. You can also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'd be happy to answer any questions live on stream. Till next time, New Worlders, happy hunting.
As a new member of the Covenant, and so you should. Yes, we are all tested every day by the spark. I wish I could charge into battle at your side. But my duty is here, and here I will stay.